Advertising. It's a $230 billion industry with one simple goal: to help companies make more by convincing us to buy more. Join me as we go behind closed doors of one of the top ad agencies in the world to find out how they create the campaigns that help capture our imagination.
Without a doubt, the center of the advertising business is in New York City. So I came to Manhattan to go behind the closed doors of the first ad agency in the world. Before there was television or even radio, J. Walter Thompson was creating ways to push products and move merchandise. They have more than 9,000 employees working in nearly 100 countries, finding ways to get to your wallet. Their clients run the gamut, from Listerine to liquors. The president of J. Walter Thompson of North America is Bob Jeffrey. He's been in the ad game for 25 years.
Think you could sell anything to anyone?
Yes.
On the average, how much advertising are we subjected to on a daily basis?
I mean, I think you have to work on the premise that you're totally inundated, because when I think about advertising these days, it's not just the 30-second TV spot or the print ad, it's the call you get at home, it's the mail you get, it's the billboard that you see, it's when you're on the internet, so you're basically pretty much inundated all day long.
So what's the most effective type of ad?
I think the most effective type of advertising is just something that really is emotional, and that could be something funny, it could be just something that you really connect with and that people talk about. There's the production.
At J. Walter Thompson, I'll follow the creation of a new ad campaign from concept to completion. The client, Domino's Pizza. The product, baked chicken. Their challenge, take a company whose name is synonymous with pizza and make it just as famous for poultry. Their work starts not by looking at the product, but by examining the consumer.
How much do you have to research before you can start to decide which way do you want to go?
Without any exaggeration, there are a lot of instances where we spend at least a year, sometime longer, in, I would almost call it forensic knowledge of who that customer is and really getting to understand what the motivations are, what the issues are, what really prompts them about the product or the category.
In short, they profile. If the creative staff of J. Walter Thompson is an orchestra, then as Chief Creative Officer, Mike Campbell is their conductor. He knows that more than selling a product, they're selling an image.
Advertising's biggest job is to create desire. You're never in a 30-second commercial going to be able to give every nuance of a product. What you can do is when they're walking down their aisle in the grocery store, say, oh, you know what, that's a product that I actually feel good about.
In a sense, they're selling self-esteem. So when you order a beer, it's not what you think about the beer, but what the beer says about you.
They won't be able to tell you that this is made with a better hops or a better process, but they will be able to say, you know what, when I go up to the bar and I call a specific beer, I feel good about it, and I hope that people will identify me with the brand attributes that we are promoting.
In the case of Domino's, they're selling quality family life. Their message is that busy parents can feel good about getting a convenient quality product delivered to their door.
When they're hungry or when they're coming home after a really crazy business day and mom's working and dad's working and the kids are up on the computer or the kids are at soccer practice or whatever, the family all comes together, that all of a sudden when they think of that meal solution, they'll think of Domino's and make the call.
How much are you allowed to get involved in the creative process?
We work with them at the very first stage to brief them on what the product is all about. They go off in their creative process, which is the dark room we don't know about.
We are here to talk about a new Domino's product.
That somewhat mysterious process starts here with a briefing session.
But the product is called Domino's Buffalo Chicken Kickers. It's a whole white meat chicken product. It's a very...
I was allowed access to this strategy meeting where neither the public nor the client are ever invited.
You know, it seems as though marketing to kids is the place to go, but they don't have the credit card.
It's the first time that we get all of our writers and our art directors into a room and say, okay guys, here's the assignment, here's the objective, here are the things that you must maintain within the advertising.
The first part of this assignment is to really just make people think differently about Domino's.
This is the first time the creative team meets the chicken
It's not a male-driven product, it's not a kid-driven product, it's a broadly appealing product.
and gets its marching orders about delivering the message.
It's not real chicken, it's not mystery meat.
Yeah.
You know, it's not all that stuff that, you know, the ears and the feet and just grind it up and then...
That always ends up the same exact shape. That's what it goes.
It's real meat, it's real chicken meat. It's real
To my surprise, the last thing they did was taste the product.
How can you come up with ideas without tasting it, though?
I think we need to taste it.
we need to taste it.
But they won't be able to taste it until they've actually touched it and pulled it apart.
What looks like a bunch of hungry friends about to chow down on chicken is really a group of professionals with a multi-million-dollar account on the line.
If the briefing is good, there'll start to be some sparks of ideas that are starting to happen.
It's the sauce that keeps kicking.
At that point, they all go away. And my philosophy is that advertising agencies are like colleges. You know, you're given an assignment and the deadline is in 2 weeks. It's pass-fail. It's either great or it's awful. And there's no room for anything in between.
When we come back, the heat is on as the ad teams pitch what they hope is a great new campaign guaranteed to sell chicken. And in the heart of the advertising industry in New York City at J. Walter Thompson, the focus is on one thing: chicken. Their challenge is to create an ad campaign to kick off a new product from Domino's Pizza.
What's the hardest part?
I think the hardest part is, think about it, you've got huge marketing objectives, you've got everybody weighing in with the creative people, and ultimately the creative people are faced with a blank sheet of paper. And out of that blank sheet of paper has to come a great idea. And to me, that is the most terrifying but also the most challenging part of what we have to do.
The creative teams faced with that blank sheet of paper are made up of art directors, responsible for the look of the campaign, and copywriters, who take care of the words. They all get together to brainstorm ideas.
It's quality chicken, we're thinking of people or something.
While on the surface it looks very casual, there's a lot on the line. The Domino's account is worth $125 million, and that's just a thin slice of the advertising pie. With all that money at stake, the pressure to perform is real. As the saying goes, time really is money. No one knows that better than Chief Creative Officer Mike Campbell. Every account has its own strict deadlines, so Mike roams the hallways, keeping the heat on the 34 teams that create ads for everything from shampoo.
This is real, right? I mean, how long is this shot? Because that's what's worrying me, is that...
It's probably like half a second.
It's a really quick shot.
To gin.
But again, it's all tongue-in-cheek, and in fact, she improvised like that expression.
Really?
So
To a girl's best friend, diamonds.
That one looks like it has a little bit of... I see you already started marking it up. Are you gonna bring that reflection down? It feels fake.
Yeah, we're just gonna pull it down a little bit.
To keep the pressure from clogging up the flow of creative juices, the agency gives its workers ways to relax. Harried ad executives might chill out in the meditation room, enjoy a free massage, or hang out in a sort of game room, the equivalent of the company watering hole. But these employees aren't slackers. This sort of playtime at work is encouraged.
Sometimes the best creative ideas don't come when you sit in a formal meeting and you have a pen and a piece of paper, but when you're playing a game of ping pong or you're playing a game of foosball and you get to just, talk and chat about what you're working on. Good creative ideas can come that way. Advertising is not a science, it's an art.
Well, we got a few ideas. You want to start, or me?
Mike?
We could get away with it without
The
getting...
Domino's team brainstorms late into the night.
You see, acrobatics going off and elephants and fireworks and stuff like that.
He doesn't believe that it's quality chicken. It's impossible. So he drags him inside and he gives him a lie detector, and
Well, perhaps you'd be interested in these diamond-studded chicken kickers.
My office is in the middle of the creative department, and I actually know when something terrific is going on because I hear loud screaming and yelling and laughter, and that's always a good sign that we've really hit gold in terms of a really terrific idea.
She doesn't even notice Egg McMahon.
For every 120 ideas they come up with, they hope that one will be a winner. The most important quality they're looking for, it has to entertain.
I go in every day assuming nobody wants to watch a TV commercial. And I have to make it so that you can't stop yourself from watching this TV commercial. If they're not interested and they don't watch, then you failed.
Art director Mickey Paxton is sketching out the Domino's idea they think will sell.
All right, buddy.
We're in good shape.
Yeah, you sure?
I think so.
All right.
You tell me.
You got about one more day. So you cut from the customer saying...
The customer's saying, really, real baked chicken, right? You must be pulling my leg.
Right.
And then cut right back to the guy. No, sir, that would be your dog.
So and then we cut away to the dog.
Right. And we get a nice tight shot of that. And then we can even cut wide again and see them again.
But being funny doesn't guarantee success.
If the ad is funny and it gets everybody talking and you can't remember what the product was, we've wasted $50 million. And that's a pretty serious blunder.
All right, guys, we're ready.
Before they ever sell the public, they have to sell the client.
That guy we can put over here.
Nothing is left to chance.
Perfect.
Before the Domino's execs come in from out of town, furniture is strategically arranged in a conference room.
This guy's going right back here.
This will be the stage where the creatives give the concept their best pitch.
All right, guys, looks great. Thank you very much.
On one side of the room sit the Domino's ad executives, and on the other, the nervous J. Walter Thompson team. For 2 weeks, some of the most creative minds in the advertising industry have focused their energy on selling chicken. Now, it all comes down to this.
Basically, we're just going to surround the consumer and we're going to reach them where they live.
How scary is it when they say, we got the winning idea, the winning commercial?
It is. It's a lot of anticipation, a lot of excitement as you come in to get a chance to see those boards and they unveil those to you. Because sometimes they'll think of an idea bigger than you ever dreamed of.
Although they try to keep it fun and light, the team of Mickey Paxton and John Krevlin know how much this pitch is worth. The tension runs just below the surface.
Ding dong. The door opens and the delivery guy says, "Here you go, sir. Domino's new buffalo chicken kickers."
Wow. Real baked chicken delivered right to my door. You must be pulling my leg.
The delivery guy says, "No, sir. That would be your dog." At this point, we see the dog attached to his leg, biting on it.
From where I sat, it seemed to be going well. They acted out the rest of the spot, capped off with the closing joke.
Some kickers, and he kind of sits back and says,
Man, that's good chicken.
At this point, we see the dog is still attached to his leg, biting on the, grabbing and won't let go.
Everyone held their breath when the Domino's director of advertising had some reservations.
I think we want to walk a fine line between the guy being, well, what do you mean? I mean, we don't want our customer portrayed as rude or confrontational or have the exchange somehow be negative. Exactly.
If it was that extreme or weird, it would be like, this is so far from the reality anyway, nobody would buy it either.
Tension turned to relief when the client bought the idea. The first sale was made, and the talk turned to photographing the food.
When we shoot this, it has to be mouth-watering. It's got to have the same kind of level of quality that you guys have put into the food.
There's more to a campaign than TV spots. They run over the many details like the design of the box.
Wait, there's nothing in here.
Well, and I like the blue because no one else really could have the blue in their print. It's so Domino's.
And then there are some ideas that have no pictures, the radio spots.
It's dinner time, the family's there, but everyone is snoring. They want something new that's big and taste that isn't downright boring. Hey, get on the phone, call Domino's. It'll do the trick for sure. Get the buffalo chicken kickers delivered to your door. Deliver to your door.
Beneath the lighthearted fun and laughter, there is a definite hard sell going on. The agency has sold the client on their campaign. Now they have to sell the public. When we come back, On the set and under pressure.
We're the ones that get in trouble.
Behind closed doors of the ad agency's shoot. And later. Doors continues here on A&E. Behind the closed doors of J. Walter Thompson, a campaign is being created to launch a new product from Domino's Pizza. The ads can make or break a product, and there's a lot of money at stake. Just shooting an average 30-second commercial can cost more than $500,000.
When you look at it on a per-second basis, we probably spend more than some of the biggest blockbusters because every second counts. There is no room for waste.
After months of hard work, countless meetings, and hundreds of decisions, it's finally time to take what's on the page and make it come to life.
It's 7 a.m. in Orangeburg, New York, and Domino's Pizza is making a delivery.
Here you go, sir. Domino's new Buffalo Chicken Kickers.
Some 25 miles from New York City, a small army has descended on a rented house to film the Chicken Kickers commercial. And even though the message is light and funny, everyone is more than a little bit nervous.
It's a real anxious time, it's an exciting time, there's a lot of energy because this is going to be it. This is going to be how this product gets seen for the first time by consumers across the country.
Coming up with an idea is one thing, but then executing it is a whole other thing. And the most pressure, I would say, is walking away from here at the end of the day. If on the car ride home you realize you don't have a shot or something you need, you're in big trouble. That's it. We're the ones that get in trouble when that happens.
The challenges will pile up. Before the day is out, the temperature will top 90 degrees. Frustrations will mount, and sunny dispositions will wilt.
Can you not film this? I'm sorry.
Action! Here you go, sir. Domino's new Buffalo Chicken Kickers.
Everybody says, it's 30 seconds long. Why are you out there all day shooting these commercials? But there's a lot more pressure on you shooting. I mean, obviously there's pressure shooting a movie. But with a movie, they don't do as many takes. They do 2, maybe 3 takes, they move on.
Wow, real baked chicken delivered right to my door. You must be pulling my leg.
There is take.
One more time, Ian, with a little more surprise.
After take.
You must be pulling my leg.
After take.
That was great, Ian. Give me another one.
They often shoot a couple of lines 10 to 15 times. The production is in the hands of executive producer Linda Kligman.
We do a lot of takes because we look for every nuance of the eyebrow, of the way the mouth is positioned, and that is why we spend a lot of time doing each thing until we're satisfied.
Inside, the agency people and execs from Domino's cluster in a room they call Video Village. Here they watch every shot on a monitor and dissect every frame.
Sometimes I've done 40 takes where only literally one of them works.
Here you go, sir. Domino's new Buffalo Chicken Kickers.
Wow, fresh baked chicken. Wow, fresh baked chicken delivered right to my door.
In a situation where time really is money, interruptions are never welcome. So when the garbage pickup makes too much noise,
we can't shoot while that's here.
The crew's location manager is dispatched to do some damage control.
Can you come back?
You pass a little money over and ask for their cooperation, and it usually works out. I've never, in all the years I've been doing this, I've never had it not work out.
On set, no detail is too small. One crew member does nothing but paint the grass green. Another tries to break the oppressive heat by passing out watermelon.
Ready for watermelon? Guys all right?
And the wardrobe department preps the actors' pants for the real star of the shoot.
I'm shredding the pants so it looks like the dog got to them.
The actors may get the dialogue, but a dog delivers the punchline. Weeks have been spent getting 2 dogs ready for what will be a split second in the commercial.
It starts off as a little tug-of-war game, and then eventually you build it up and you build it up. It's a long process.
So how do they get the pooch to pull? The secret is hidden under the actor's pants. They tie a pouch holding the dog's treat to the actor's leg.
The dog seems very good. He hasn't bitten my leg. He's only going after the pants.
Come on, that's my hand. Good boy. Go this way. Good boy.
The day drags on and the crew moves into the kitchen for the end of the spot. On location, everyone has an opinion.
He could swing this way. If you do what John said, where he pulls his other way.
Go out there and see if we can get him to do it.
But no one leaves until the client is happy.
We act as a team, you know, it's very much a collaborative team, but if a push comes to shove and there's a final word to be had, before we move on to the next scene, we all need to agree that we've gotten what we need and then we can move on. And that doesn't happen until everybody said that, including me.
You must be pulling my leg.
No, sir, that would be your dog.
That was good.
That was great.
The town cars lined up to ferry the execs back to their Manhattan offices will have to wait because this shoot will go on well into the night. Even when the shoot is over, the work is far from done. Back at J. Walter Thompson headquarters in New York City, the print production studio is busy creating ads and signage for the new product. And the radio commercial is being worked on in the studio.
It's dinner time, the family's there, but everyone is snoring. They want something new that's big on taste, isn't downright boring.
It's all part of the overall chicken kicker strategy.
Maybe on their way home from work, they'll hear it on the radio, you know, but then also they'll see it on billboards, and they may see it on TV, see it in print, and see it basically on our box, from the box toppers, whatever the case may be. And over time, you don't know which of those messages is really seeded with them, but what you hope is that that seed is planted.
The TV spot still has to be edited, finding which of the dozens of takes fit together best.
Sometimes just trimming a scene by a half a second is the difference between a great commercial and a bad commercial.
Wow, real baked chicken delivered right to my door.
In another studio, they designed the sound.
Sir, that would be your dog.
Everything is scrutinized. From the choice of just the right doorbell.
Here you go, sir. Here you go, sir. Here you go, sir. Domino's new buffalo chicken.
Yeah, that one sounded right. The other one was
To the bark of the dog.
Try leaning towards a growl.
Leaning towards a growl.
A little more ferocious. I think it'd be funnier if it was a stronger growl because it's such a small dog.
That's sort of in the middle. It's not as vicious as the first one, but it's funny.
Once the voice of the announcer is recorded,
Get the door, get a kick out of dinner tonight.
and the graphics are finalized, it's time to show the ad to the client. After 9 months and the efforts of 125 people, everything rides on this single moment.
This is the time where we put up or shut up, and I think there's only one thing that I can say: roll it.
Here you go, sir. Domino's new buffalo chicken kickers.
Wow, real baked chicken delivered right to my door. You must be pulling my leg.
No, sir, that would be your dog.
Introducing Domino's Pizza Buffalo Chicken.
So far, so good. The first joke with the dog got a hearty laugh.
Through and through, 10 pieces for $5.99.
Man, that's good chicken.
And the closing gag got more laughter. As planned, all the many pieces came together to make 30 seconds of salesmanship easy to swallow.
The quality of the film, the quality of the acting, the quality of the music, the quality of the announcer, it all goes into saying that there's a quality in the chicken. And I hope that you think that we've delivered on that too. So
Yeah, I think it's right on.
You think it'll work?
Absolutely, you would.
Ultimately, the decision will be made by us. The proof of performance? That lies with the pizza buying public.
Man, that's good chicken.